You can be perfectly capable with money, smart, skilled, even in demand, and still have a complicated relationship with it. Not a struggle, not chaotic, just it's inconsistent. Because money asks things from your nervous system that aren't always comfortable. To decide, to commit, to name a price and stay present, to hold responsibility even when there's no guarantee. And for some bodies, those moments don't feel exciting. They feel heavy, tense, exposing. The warrior skin orientation exists to solve that problem. Before we go further, one important orientation note though, because it'll change how you hear the rest of what I'm going to share. The somatic skins are not personalities. They are not identities. They're nervous system orientations, ways your body organizes itself under pressure. And everyone has access to all four. Most people lead with one. And money tends to get easier or harder depending on which orientation is online at the moment it's needed. If you want to know which orientation you currently lead with, there is a short, free Somatic Skins assessment linked below. It is not advice or a limiting label, it's orientation. It's a starting place in this conversation. So you can listen to this through the right lens and get a lot more out of it. Okay, now, the warrior. The warrior orientation is the nervous system's solution to moments that require pressure capacity. Situations where something needs to be decided, claimed, or carried, even when there's uncertainty or resistance. When this orientation is available, money often becomes clearer. Not easier in the sense of effortless magic, but simpler, cleaner, we might say. And you can feel the difference in the body. There's an ability to stay upright when stakes rise, to hold tension in conversations without flinching, to finish things instead of stopping and starting or second guessing them, to say yes or no and mean it. This is why cultivating the warrior orientation matters for money-making moments like pricing conversations, closing, negotiation, scope setting, and leadership. Wealth, financial in this case, responds well to systems that feel reliable under pressure. Not aggressive, reliable. But here's where it's easy to get this wrong. It's easy to assume that the warrior orientation is simply about intensity, toughness, or pushing harder, that go big or go home mantra. So then it's easy for us to over-identify with it or burn out or reject the warrior skin entirely and try to make money without ever really claiming ground decisively. And neither avoidance or over-identification really works. The warrior orientation isn't about force, it's about capacity. When capacity is there, pressure sharpens perception. When capacity isn't there, pressure turns into force, and force is expensive. You can feel that shift somatically. When the breath creeps upward or the jaw tightens, the spine stiffens instead of stacking. Attention will narrow too early. You'll get fixed. And at that point, the warrior orientation stops solving money problems and actually starts creating them. Decisions get rushed instead of clean. Conversations become transactional, things to get through. Visibility starts to feel confrontational. Even success begins to cost more than it should. It's the disconnected conveyor belt of pushing more. What's important here is that this doesn't mean that the warrior orientation is wrong. It just means that it's undertrained. The solution isn't to soften the warrior away, and it's not to live in permanent activation either. The solution is to train the body to hold pressure without bracing. And that's a somatic skill. When the warrior orientation is trained, structure carries load instead of muscular tension. Breath stays low enough to support the spine. Attention stays wide enough to read the room while still holding the line. It's relaxed, capable strength. This is when money-making changes quality. Naming prices become cleaner because the system can tolerate the tension of saying a number and waiting. Closing stops feeling like domination and starts feeling like completion. Boundaries around time and scope hold without edge. There's another place this shows up strongly for people who need more warrior capacity, and it's visibility. Many people can do the work, carry responsibility, and produce real value, but then hesitate to step forward until everything feels all right. They wait until something is finished, airtight, proven, or undeniable before letting themselves be seen. From the body's perspective, this makes total sense. The system wants enough structure before exposure. But money often requires an earlier signal. People need to feel the stance, not just the outcome. Cultivating the warrior orientation teaches the body how to stay present even while something is still unfolding, without collapsing and without posturing. That's not marketing. That's pressure capacity once again. So here's the reframe I want to leave you with. The warrior orientation is not about being dom or intense. It's about being able to carry responsibility, structure, tension, and visibility without leaking coherence. And when that orientation is available, money stops feeling like something you have to chase or defend. It becomes a byproduct of clarity, commitment, and follow-through. And when it's not available, no amount of strategy will compensate for the body pulling away from the very moments that money requires. If you're curious what orientation you currently lead with, remember, the Somatic Skins assessment is linked below. Please do take it for this series. And if you want to actually train these orientations, not as ideas, but in your body, that's the work that we do inside of the Prestige. In the next video, we'll look at a completely different way that money moves through the nervous system, the shapeshifter orientation. It's a fun one, where value is created through timing, sensing opportunity, and adaptation rather than holding the line. So I'll see you then. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying this series. Please do consider liking and subscribing. It helps the channel out. And if you feel inspired, let's continue the conversation in the comments below. Till next time.